If you were over 30 and you started noticing that your jawline doesn't look as sharp as it used to, this video might be the most important thing you watch today. Because what you're seeing in the mirror is not random, it's not just age, and it's definitely not something you're stuck with forever. Most people believe that once the jawline starts to soften, that's it. Genetics, aging, bad luck. End of story. But that belief is exactly why so many people over 30 slowly lose facial definition without ever realizing what's actually causing it. Before we go any further, make sure you subscribe to this channel because we talk about real, practical body and face transformation tips that actually work in real life, not internet myths or fake filters. If you care about looking strong, confident, and sharp at any age, you're in the right place. Now here's something most people don't realize. The jawline doesn't disappear because of fat alone. In fact, many people with low body fat still lose their jawline after 30. So if it's not just fat, what is it? The real reason is something much simpler and much more dangerous: muscle inactivity and poor posture. And the scary part is, most people are doing the exact opposite of what their face needs every single day without knowing it. Think about your daily routine. Sitting. Looking down at your phone, slouching at a desk, mouth slightly open, tongue resting low in the mouth, head pushed forward. All of this sends a signal to your body that your jaw muscles don't need to work anymore. And when muscles stop working, they weaken. When they weaken, the skin loses support. When the skin loses support, gravity takes over. That's when the jawline softens, the face droops, and the double chin slowly appears, even if your weight hasn't changed. This doesn't happen overnight. That's why most people don't notice it until their early 30s or late 30s. One day you look at an old photo and think, my face looked sharper back then, and from that moment on, it just feels like decline. But here is the truth: your face is responding exactly to how you're reusing it. Or more accurately, how you're not using it. Here's the good news. You don't need surgery, you don't need fillers, you don't need expensive tools or extreme diets. You don't even need long workouts. There is one simple trick that directly targets the root cause of jawline loss after 30. And when done consistently, it can completely change how your face looks over time. But before I tell you what that trick is, you need to understand something very important. Facial muscles work just like body muscles. If you don't activate them properly, they weaken. If you activate them correctly and consistently, they strengthen and reshape the area they support. The jawline is no different. The problem is, modern lifestyle has trained our faces into weakness. Soft foods, constant phone use, mouth breathing, poor head posture. All of these disconnect your jaw muscles from their natural role. Your body adapts to what you repeat. And right now, most people are repeating habits that destroy facial structure without realizing it. Now let me ask you something honestly. When you're relaxed, where is your tongue? If it's resting low in your mouth, touching the bottom, you're already losing jawline definition without knowing it. If your mouth is slightly open most of the day, same problem. If your head leans forward, instead of staying stacked over your shoulders, that's another strike against your jawline. And here's the part most people never hear. Your tongue is one of the strongest muscles in your body. Where it rests determines how your jaw, neck, and face develop and maintain structure. When the tongue rests low, the jaw collapses inward and downward over time. When the tongue rests correctly, it supports the upper palate, activates jaw muscles, tightens the neck area, and improves facial posture. This is why some people naturally have sharp jawlines even as they age. It's not magic. It's not genetics alone. It's unconscious, correct usage of facial posture. And the best part? You can relearn it at any age. If you're over 30, this matters more than ever. Because after 30, your body doesn't accidentally maintain muscle anymore. What you don't use, you lose. That applies to your face just as much as your arms, legs, or core. The habit that fixes the root cause instead of covering symptoms. The reason this works is because it restores your face to its natural, functional position. The trick is called proper tongue posture, often referred to as mewing. But forget the internet hype for a second. What matters is doing it correctly and consistently. Instead of letting your tongue rest at the bottom of your mouth, you place your entire tongue flat against the roof of your mouth, Not just the tip, the whole tongue. Your teeth should be lightly touching, not clenched. Your lips stay closed. Your head stays upright, stacked over your shoulders, not leaning forward. This position activates the jaw muscles, the muscles under the chin, and the muscles around the neck instantly. You might even feel slight tension the first few days. That's a good sign. It means muscles that have been asleep for years are waking up. Now here's the key part most people miss. This is not an exercise you do for 5 minutes and forget. This is a posture, not a workout. You practice it consciously at first, then it becomes automatic, just like fixing bad sitting posture. At first it feels strange, then it becomes normal. When you hold correct tongue posture throughout the day, several things happen at the same time. Your jaw muscles stay engaged, your neck posture improves. Your face stops collapsing downward. Over time, the skin starts to sit on a stronger muscular foundation. That's when definition returns. If you're over 30, don't expect overnight miracles. That's not how the body works. But here's a realistic timeline. Within the first week, most people notice better awareness of their posture and facial tension. Within 2 to 3 weeks, the area under the chin starts feeling tighter. By 30 days, many people notice their jawline looks cleaner in photos and mirrors, especially from side angles. And here's something important. This works even if you don't lose weight. That's how you know it's muscle and posture related, not just fat loss. Of course, combining this with healthy eating and overall fitness will amplify results, but it's not required for this to work. Now let's talk about mistakes. The biggest mistake people make is clenching their teeth. Don't do that. Light contact only. Another mistake is pushing the tongue aggressively instead of resting it firmly. Think support, not force. Another mistake is doing it for 5 minutes and quitting. Consistency is everything. If you want faster results, pair this with one more simple habit. Nose breathing. Mouth breathing weakens the jaw and neck. Nose breathing reinforces proper tongue posture naturally. Even while sleeping, try to keep your mouth closed if possible. The reason this one trick works when others fail is simple. It doesn't fight your body. It retrains it. Your face responds to daily habits, not occasional effort. That's why this is sustainable and safe, all from one habit that takes zero money and fits into your normal life. This isn't about looking younger for vanity. It's about looking healthier, stronger, and more confident. Your face is part of your body. Treat it like one. If you found this useful, subscribe to the channel, because we break down real transformation strategies step by step without hype. And if you want a follow-up video on jawline supporting habits, facial fat loss myths, or posture fixes, let me know in the comments. Start today. One habit, one decision, and your jawline will thank you.